make it out here? No. Right? No, you can't go fishing here. No. I gotta go, okay? Love you too, sir. Bye-bye. Dang. Hi, most beautiful girl in the whole wide world. How you doing?
Good.
I missed you.
Missed you too.
No, you didn't. Hi, family. Oh, let me come over here then. You have yours. So Toy VP's sister's okay, huh?
She's out and home. Okay. Thank you. You can
I
bend
can't
it.
eat. Huh?
You can bend it.
Tell you the truth, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's a nice breeze. You can kill it. Oh, I see what you're doing. It sits up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Thank you. Alrighty, let's get started. Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 Tubies. It is the 19th of August, 2026. I greet you in agape love because KTFA stands for Keep the Faith Always in our Heavenly Father. Let's pray to God. You want to? Let's do it together. Our Father, the Father of all, who art in His dimension, in His realm, who art in heaven. Holy, holy, holy be your name. May it be respected. Your kingdom, that's where I want to be. May your kingdom come. May I go one day to your kingdom. May your will be done, not mine. And help me not to be so stubborn that I want my will over yours. Thank you for feeding me. I don't worry about eating. I know you take care of me. If you feed the sparrows, you feed someone like me. Don't worry about it. I worry about answering to this world. I worry about the temptation of this world. I worry about being led into judgment of others. Please help me that I don't do that to others. And please forgive me by the blood of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as I learn how to forgive others. Because I'm yours. Because my family's yours. Thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Let us agree as I say amen. Let us mutually understand as I say amen. Let me turn myself to you. Amen. Thank you kindly for being with me, family. We're here to study the Iraqi dinar. Everything I say to you is just strictly in my opinion. Trump is going to meet with Kimmy, the Rocket Man? Okay. Thanks. Not interested. So, how you doing? What's the title of your UB2B family? By the end of our UB2B, God willing, you'll be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Thank you, TL. TL says, shut up. Thank you, Quantum Love and Charles and Andre, all of you. Shut up. Let me ask you something. Let me see who else. Tammy. Tammy, who do you, Mr. Holiday and Tammy, who do you think is being told to shut up? My parents or grandparents wouldn't let us say that. Shut up. Is the CBI saying too much? Whoever said that, very good. What is the no Parliament? No, Parliament is not saying shut up. No, not Parliament. Citizens are not saying shut up. Citizens are saying keep talking. Cockroaches are saying shut up. No. Parliament is saying shut up. No. You're confused. Stick around and try to be with us every day, and you won't be. Maliki is saying shut up. No. CBI is saying shut up. Yeah. Who is that? Rob something. Z is saying shut up. Not really. CBI press secretary is saying shut up. Yes, so yeah, okay, I'll go with Iraqi citizens excited. Yes, they are. Trump is saying shut up. Nope. Bankers saying shut up. Nope. CF is saying shut up. Nope. People are telling Parliament to shut up. Nope. CBI, WTO, IMF is telling somebody to shut up. Nope. But for those of you that well, you said CBI, WTO, and IMF. So it is one, and I did say yes to those that suggested from the CBI. My girl is saying Frank is saying shut up. Mr. Holiday says, "Well, I give up. I don't know who's saying shut up, Frank." Um, Basically the CBI. Yeah, the CBI. Shut up. you, you silly rabbit. Shut up. Now let me ask you this. Who's the CBI saying that to? The king of Spain told Hugo Chavez, "Shut up." That's funny, Antonio. That's funny. Wolverine needs to shut up. No, I don't know about that one. Okay, who is saying "shut up"? I just told you. Now I ask you, who is the CBI telling to shut up? Frank is telling the cockroaches to shut up. No. Oh wow. No. Handicap. No. All the ones that are saying that this is not happening unless the CBI announces it first. No. No, Galway girl. Communications. The media is telling. Well, they're telling the media to shut up. No. They're telling the parliament to shut up. No. No. A CBI is telling who to shut up. The government. No. Telling parliament to shut up. No. Interesting. Very interesting. I like doing this with you guys. It allows me to see where you're at. It's like midterm exams.
Somebody said, "Are they telling you to shut up?"
Coordinated framework. CBI, are they telling you to shut up? Uh, the CBI doesn't want this. What? What? Wait. The CBI doesn't want this out yet. Maury. Maury, it looks like. Congratulations. That's the perfect. That's the best answer. She is telling you to somebody. I didn't catch that. They're telling Z. Z is telling them to shut up. Good stuff, Via. Okay, thank you, Handy Capper. You, Frank, they're telling you to shut up. That's a good one, Scott. Don't mention other gurus, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The guy that said that they were dropping the zeros. Mark. Good job, Mark. Mark got it, family. The dude that Brandon Biggs said God told. No, I don't talk about that. Yeah, look at that. Ed Miller, the communication. So CBI telling the communication minister to shut up. Is that what you're saying? Ed Miller telling Iranian influence to shut up. Nah, no, Ed got it, and so did someone else. So see, tell them to shut up because they don't want it to leak out. That's right, Ray. Oh, way to go, Ray. They're telling the internet to shut up. Now they ask me to tell the internet to shut up. Please don't put other people, other gurus' names, okay? R Mangrum. Yeah, don't put other people's other gurus' names on my form. Thank you. I appreciate that. Trump threatens Iran with economic D-Day. I don't want military right now. Yeah, the don't the you mean they don't want the three zeros out yet. Oh, they want them out. But they don't want no one like fire and Fates just said. Loose lips sink ships. Yeah, it also gives you chapped lips too. Uh gives you bloody lips if you keep talking when you shouldn't. Mark, but even my credit union at local grocery says delivery machine. Do they really? Oh wow! Everybody wants to profit from this. I never thought about it. Grocery stores, a massive amount of volume of currency. Sure, bring in the Iraqi dinar because we deal with the banks and we can. Oh, I never thought of that. Everybody wants a piece of this. I love the shirt. Oh well, thank you, Andre. Family, can you all hear me and see me okay? Are we doing okay in this environment? What'd you think, family? Yes, 5 by 5. Okay, good. Well, family, let's get started. Where? Well, okay. So here's your report for today, family. Well, that's midnight. Let's go back because there was more before midnight. That's good. We're gonna start family at before midnight. The television is saying that the United States the Department of War. This was released to us last night. We gave it to you, Frank. It is a little surprising, just like you were surprised. But your American USA Department of War study has been shown to us, and it is saying that our armies, our country, ours, Prime Minister, our leaderships, all of these that are in our country are about to use military force to disarm the militia that are still armed in our country. I asked him some questions, and the response he said, "Yeah, this is on the news for about an hour and a half so far." I asked him, "When are they saying that this is going to start?" Well, the television didn't give us a time for it, but as you know, your president wants all of this done by September the 30th. But they came back and they said they're saying soon on the television for this action. Well, okay, if we pull back a little bit and you guys start getting involved, that would impress Trump. And I'm praying that you guys get this done before September the 30th, based on what you see. I can't get into that. In other words, I'm confident, family, that Iraq's military is well trained and loaded with what they need to defeat Iran. Yeah, that's the nicest way of putting it. I also said, Omar, the deal that Z made with Trump about our troops was much deeper than I ever imagined. I thought Israel was going to do this. So this is very, very good news. That's what Trump wants. He wants Iraq to grow up, use their own currency, use their own weapons, and stop being afraid of Iran. We're going to midnight now. Yeah, I asked for strength not to look at that. I don't want to look at it. Just say what I'm supposed to say and get out of here. We still have 2 hours. Mr. Frank, all of this that we see on the television about the deletion of the 3 zeros is becoming louder every day. Today, what we see on the television about the last few days is nothing is nothing more short of the whole monetary reform. We saw your YouTube when you said that that's all they talk about, the lifting of the 3 zeros and the lower notes. And we all smiled because you're right. The last few days, it's only been about the deletion of the zeros taken taken to take them out. But like we keep reminding you, it's not officially from the CBI. It is mainly from economists and people from the GOI. That's why we keep insisting that we want the CBI. So, we're looking for part two process. So, so even the CBI has plans on deleting the 3 zeros. Yes, that's great. We know. and they would be the ones, the only ones that would initiate that. And also the second part, which is the most important part, and also the second part that we need, which is to give value, to the lower notes. Yeah, I know. We already talked about it here at KTFA. The first part, the second part, yeah. First part and second part go together. Yeah, like synchronized swimmers. Yeah, this is all good, isn't it? Yeah, it is really good. So we're looking for part two process. So even the CBI has plans of deleting the zero because they're constantly telling us as of yesterday. Yesterday was the first time that the CBI told us directly that they were deleting the zeros, the three zeros, that they would be the ones that would initiate that. And also, the second part that we've talked about needs, which is to give value to that which they did. So they're lifting the three zeros. So just we just have to wait and see what the CBI says. Now, what they're really also worried about, my friends, is that somebody may leak this. so, so somebody might leak this. Yeah, funny you say that because that's what I talked about yesterday, didn't I, family? I told you this this is right here. It is pushed up against the wall. They are no longer being, well, they're still being guarded, but they're no longer under, in my opinion, under high security. They're not even at the CBI, in my opinion. They're where they're supposed to be because they have to be given to the citizens when they come in through the door. And also, you know about the ATM machines. It's going to become a cashless society. They're really concerned, family. They're very worried about that. And because it's very obvious where the lower denominations are right now, and they fear that some employee, some cockroach, somebody from the media might pay somebody to let me see those lower, let me see. Yesterday, family, it got ridiculous. Yesterday, it got ridiculous. So many gurus on the internet showed that. Remember the pictures that I showed you? And I said, "Oh, look, a 1, a 5, a 10 now." And everybody on the internet, they all said, "We got the pictures of the lower notes." I'm the only one. Yesterday they said, "No, those are not the new lower notes." I even told you they're the wrong. The color is wrong. I told you 3 days before that color paper, but I told you the colors were wrong. Um, so I feel that it's important for my KTFA family to be very aware of that. My family should be aware of the fact that my family should be aware that there's a handful of gurus out there on the internet right now, and they're showing those that currency. We showed it to you yesterday. Everybody got to see it, and I want to reiterate right now. We told you, family, those are not the lower denominations. I promise you. And I even went on and explained to you that, in my opinion, they were going to have this, and that. So here it is. Because the new Iraqi currency will turn into a digital currency and gain the trust of international banks. What? I don't know. But but the internet went crazy yesterday. Well, isn't this what my friends are worried about? Frank, we know where they're at. Everybody knows where they're at. That that follows this. And because everybody knows where they're at now. At any moment, it could leak. Like, for example, hey, look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, look, we got the lower denominations. There they are. That's for sure. This is them right here. I can guarantee you that's them. But Frank, the central bank used these as examples. Those innocent gurus on the internet. I'm trying to be polite. Those kind and gentle and innocent gurus on the internet, they blew it. How could they jump the gun? How could they say that this is it? Don't you understand that the lower denominations are the highest security? You put this out on the internet and you say that these are the lower denominations. You want to knock on your door? Now, what I did with my KTFA family, I said, family, do you remember what Walking Stick told us? Samples, specimens, they'd all be, grouped like that. A history, yeah, la 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 la. Remember all that? And you said, I said, well, there it is. Oh no, Frank, these are the lower denominations. This is it. Everybody's saying that. No, these are the specimens and samples that we told you about a long time ago. Alrighty. So good to see the moment healing into the shower. Will be okay. That I felt that was really important. These are not the samples. It would be illegal and insane to show the samples. And that's what my friends are angry. And that's the title of our UB2B today. Shut up. Shut up. We all know. And for you to jump the gun and say that these are the lower denominations, yeah, you're the problem. It's insane for you to even consider, to even think, even just a tiny little bit for you to even think that these are the lower denominations. What kind of a student are you? Alrighty, so I think I made my point. It's over and done with. Finito. I don't need to talk about it. So when you see the lower denominations in this sample and specimen, think about Walking Stick and think that he told you almost 2 years ago that this was going to happen at the very end. He also told you that there would be high speculation. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to come out and say, no, it's not happening. No, it's not happening. But we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. Even the cockroaches are saying, can we vote on it now? What does that mean, Frank? It means that the speed has been increased. It means that they've got until September the 30th or before. It means you've got a timetable. It means you know very well that if you disarm the cockroaches, Donald Trump is going to give them what? A SCADA. And what is a SCADA? Well, you're a good student, aren't you? Yes, you are. That's powerful. It's mind-boggling. So once again, when some guru tells you that these are the lower notes that we talked about yesterday, flush it down the toilet as quickly as you can. And don't go back to those sites. Doctor, it hurts because I keep hitting my nail with the hammer. It hurts. Well, stop doing that. Stop going to the places that you know very well are misleading you. Now, do you want my report from my friends today? That's a stupid question. Of course they do, Frank. Quit messing around and give it to them. Okay, I will, but I've got to go back. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off with the report, family? Oh, they're saying, yeah, as far as the when are we going to, we as Iraqi militia, our force, our army, we Iraqi army, when are we going to get rid of the cockroaches? And well, they say on the television, soon. Yeah, whatever. Gentlemen, the deal that Z made with Trump about our troops was much deeper than I ever imagined. I thought Israel was going to do this. This is great news because this is what Trump wants. You guys have to grow up. You have to use your own weapons, your own currency. Mr. Frank, all of this that we see on the television has been on all of this we're seeing has been on the television for the last few days over and over again, even when we go to sleep. They're talking about the deletion of the zeros taken and taking it from the CBI is what we look for now. CBI says there may be okay. So here's where I left off. And one of the greatest concerns of the CBI is that they are the ones that make the official announcement. Also, the second part that we were talking about, which gives us the value when they lift the three zeros, they're talking about that deeper today. They just but we're still not seeing the official acknowledgement. In other words, we still are not seeing what we want to see it come from the CBI. It has to come from the CBI, from the horse's mouth. This and they're all and CBI is also saying, look, there can be leaks. And we're concerned about this information that we're telling you Iraqi citizens, but I don't think that they're going to come out, Frank, and tell you directly because they can't come out and tell you that we're going to change the rate. They can tell you we're going to delete the zeros all they want all day, but they can't actually tell you they're going to add value. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's really childish at this point because it's 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 the denial stage that we're in. So yeah, the CBI is extremely concerned that yeah, we everybody knows, but gee whiz, man, we're the ones that should talk about it. Will you shut up, Mr. Economist? Will you shut up, any of you that are talking about this? And then my friends tell me, well, they can't come out and tell you that they're going to change the rate, but they can tell you all day long that they're going to delete the zeros, but they can't actually tell you. To which I was thinking, well, you figured it out. If you're lifting the three zeros, you're adding value. They can't actually tell you that they're going to add value. You know that they can't do that, Frank. So I'm expecting for the CBI to give us this announcement soon. And also, we're still hearing this political issue with these names again for the final 9 cabinet members. We know you told us that they got them and they're being taken care of, but there's still a lot of outside political pressure, and that's probably coming from Iran. Well, of course it is. Do you think they're going to celebrate? You think that they're so happy? You think here, I'll do it again. You think they're celebrating? You think that they're happy that you're about to get your purchasing power? No, you don't talk about it. Mum's the word, okay? Shut up. You see, the monetary reform education was so loud and so successful. And the latest thing was with the samples and specimens that we told you about, that the internet is lying about and saying, there they are. That is so dumb. I find myself surrounded by, oh, Frank, be careful. Anyways, dumbness. That's what I was saying. Your military is soon to deal with these cockroaches, Omar, inside of your country, because these are the orders from Donald Trump. Because Trump sincerely wants to give Z the green light. Of course, in my opinion, solely in my opinion. Continuing. Um, your military is soon to deal with these cockroaches inside of your country because of the orders from Donald Trump. And Trump sincerely wants to give Z the green light. Mr. Frank, I'd like to offer you some more of our personal opinion. Omar, I always take your opinion. Are you with your friends right now? Yeah. Okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I appreciate it. I don't mind reading it, but I'm not about to give any of these dates. Our KTFA family, well, the internet is very sensitive, Omar. As you know, you asked me to help. The moment that we even point in one direction, everybody runs that way. And it doesn't have to be someone that has good information. It can even be somebody that says that every day, it just happened. They still go to them. Doctor, doctor, it hurts because I do this. Don't do this. Um, so, what I'm about to read to you, family, is the opinion of these gentlemen of mine at the CBI. In my opinion, come on, brothers in the CBI. Yeah, Holly boy, check this out. Now, if I give you these dates, you're going to lose it. There is one, two, three different dates, and they all follow each other. Boom, boom, boom. So just listen, because yesterday we tried to give you a breakdown of what we are looking for next. Yesterday was a good conference call with a lot of good information. Mr. Frank, we think and this is our personal opinion that we want to give to you. What we are talking about right now downstairs here is that we think that the budget is due to arrive to Parliament on this date. So again, on this date is when the budget has to be in Parliament. So we're encouraged that we have a time frame and we know when that budget will be with Parliament. And we're thinking that this is the case. You don't have this. You're not going to have this stuff probably. Now that I think about it, they're not going to give you this to you in an article, and I'm not going to give it to you either with dates because it will damage you. So I give it to you all so you can understand what the sequences of our thinking is, but not with the dates. Mm. Here we go, family. Let me start over again. This is what we're thinking. Now, we think that the budget is due to Parliament by such and such date. So, with that such and such date, that is when the budget has to be in Parliament. And we're thinking, Frank, that this is the case. If if this is the case, if it is due on such and such date, then that would kind of go in place. Where by the end of September, with a deadline with the militia, they're probably going to take military actions. And after that, if they haven't left after that one, we can say after September the 30th, if they haven't collected the weapons by September the 30th, well then they're going to take the military action that they were talking about yesterday. It was further explained to us that we're going to take military action and get rid of them, and then so after the 30th. So okay, so after the 30th, then our military will take actions after the 30th. We're going to take military actions to get rid of the cockroach. And then when we clear them out, then that will give us up to such and such date, and then by such and such date, the budget arrives in Parliament. Now, isn't that a pretty good idea? What do you think, Frank? Think of that. If there's going to be a rate change, you're probably going to see it prior to the budget because I know that the budget doesn't have a rate inside, but it is going to be line item. That's what Walking Stick told me. That's right. But they will approach the budget by line by line item, and because the line items need a new rate, but a new rate is what we're waiting for from the CBI. So now our prediction now would be anytime through la la when that budget is due in Parliament. So that's the guideline that we're going by in our minds. Let me get rid of those dates. Yeah, I'm sorry. So that's all you get to see. So that's the guideline that we are using or going by in our minds right now. And family, you got it all. I said it to you word for word. I gave it to you word for word. The only thing I left out were the dates because we don't offer dates or rates. But one of them is interesting because it says when the Parliament uh, votes, and I think that date is out. Look at you go. Look you go. On my signal just posted. Well, Frank, October the 15th is the deadline for the budget to be to Parliament. Yeah, it is. Okay, well, you got it. But that's the end. What is the other numbers I gave you before that? And could it happen before that? Well, of course. So, family, this is a nice report that they gave me, and I gave it to you. And I say to him, "Thank you, Omar. Thank you, CBI friends, for your opinion. To be honest with you, I lean in this direction also. But if I gave all those dates on my broadcast goes around the world. It would discourage many people. Not everybody studies with us, and who wouldn't understand the combination that you just gave me. But I do like it. And I will give this information on my broadcast as the next sequential events that we should be seeing next, but not relate them to any months. Thank you so much for your opinion, Omar, and my CBI friends. Continuing. Well, you can say, no, I don't want to, but you can say, you can say, oh, wow, what just happened? Anyways, don't play games here. You can say la because it's already out. Yeah, and they're kind of figuring it out, gentlemen. And in all honesty, Frank, we don't see any issues from now until that date that they just put up, October the 15th. We don't see any issues whatsoever. The militia must be dealt with, and then the rate could convert. And we are aware that all of this could be post before la date. Well, if you know, I know you want those dates and numbers, but even without them, the statements are encouraging. They know what's happening. They know the sequence. Hmm. Today, let's go to four o'clock in the morning, and it says the KRG orders complete the pension audit. It is ahead of the 27 budget. Frank, They're ahead of a lot of things. You are talking about the speed of what we're doing it now. Well, what I just told you, this is a sign that they want no ghost employees under the new budget, which could be linked to a new rate. Oh, that's so good. That means you got a new rate. Look, if you're calculating for 27 and you're telling the Iraqi citizens that there are no obstacles, for lifting the three zeros for the budget, well, that's a sign. That's a sign that there are no lies, no false traps, no cockroaches, even possibly. Yes, it is. Why does Omar say that? The reason why is because on the television, Frank, they just said that the corrupt ones, LOL, the cockroaches, they're saying that it's not a good idea to have JP Morgan and our financial system here in Iraq. JP Morgan should not be having their headquarters centered here in Iraq. JP Morgan, they're going to steal the rug out from under us. And they're talking about this. We're, we're a sovereign nation. Eh, We're a sovereign nation. And what is a corrupt bank like JP Morgan coming to Iraq for? Because they know, Mr. Frank, JP Morgan is going to be keeping things on the illegal side, on the corrupt side. We won't have a chance. Listen to me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Let's do this again, okay? Let's start all over again. The corrupt ones are on television. And J.P. Morgan is also saying, "Hey, it's not a good idea for these corrupt people to be here." And the corrupt people fire back at J.P. Morgan and says, "It's not good for you to be here in Iraq." J.P. Morgan says, "Well, we're here. We're in a sovereign nation, and we're dealing with your banks. We're dealing with your reforms." And then they fire back and they say, "Yeah, but JP Morgan, you are corrupt. You are corrupt. You're bad. All you want to do is steal the money from Iraqi citizens." A little bit ironic, Frank, because those are the ones that were stealing from us, the cockroaches. And in all honesty, we are being told that JP Morgan is going to be keeping an eye on any illegal actions, on any corrupt movements. The cockroaches that remain won't have a chance to steal anymore. So they're, so they're rationing out. Rationing? That doesn't mean. So they're rationing out at J.P. Morgan on the news today. So they're rationing. What the word? So they're yelling at the what? Yeah, sometimes the translation isn't very good. Mr. Frank, you have to look at this. You know how we've been saying that they they are sending people out to tell us about the reforms and the lifting of the three zeros with the LDs, but we still don't have the source coming from the CBI. That's what we're waiting for. Now, this is interesting because, Mr. Frank, you really have to look at this. You know that guy, the Minister of Communication, that came out and he said that they know we're dropping the zeros? He knows something, but he left it at that. I know, right? That's what I said to him. Remember, I said, but you have to also explain the la 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 la. Remember that? Remember that? So now look at Omar. Look what he's saying. So Frank, what it really boils down to is that the economists, you know, all of them that have been coming out, that have been telling us that they're dropping the zeros and we're going to add value to our currency. Uh, we know, they know, and they're telling them to be quiet because he knows something. But he left it at that. He knows something. But they left it at that for crying out loud. That's not how you introduce this. You think I'm calling you? Is that what it is? Hi. Hi, guys. Oh, my word. Where'd you all come from?
He's not happy. She's not happy.
Hi. Hi. Oh, man. That's interesting. This economist, Frank, we trust him. We know his credentials. Yeah, he knows something. But when he came out and told us that we're lifting the three zeros and giving us the lower notes, he he left it at that. He didn't say anything else. He just left it at that. So he definitely knows it's something. And the reasons that we're not seeing or hearing anything from the CBI at this time kind of leads you to believe that the CBI, if they were just gonna delete the zeros, they could do this at any time because it's just dropping the zeros, and then you're losing a lot of currency if they don't lift give us the lower notes. A lot of currency would be lost without the notes. Probably about 40 trillion dinars or so dinars. So if they're just gonna do that, they could have done that anytime. So that's why we're telling you, yeah, we're waiting now for the deletion of the zeros, which is something they could have done anytime. But the CBI is being very quiet, and this guy is saying they're gonna delete the zeros. That's all that he could probably say without getting in trouble because he knows something and he knows the rate is coming because the CBI. So that's the title of your Yubi Tubi for today, family. Shut up. Shut up, economists. Shut up, everybody that's telling the Iraqi citizens that, yeah, we're lifting the zeros and bringing in the lower notes. And that's why my teams in Iraq are like, wait a minute, okay, they're only giving us half the truth. And that's what I said yesterday too. But you didn't explain the whole thing yet. Remember all that? So I got frustrated. My CBI colleagues get frustrated. Omar gets frustrated. So today they tell all of these guys that are telling the truth, look, just shut up. Just just leave it at that, okay? Did I show you this? I think I did. So because yeah, he knows. Yeah, he and it said right here because yeah, he knows something, but he just left it at that. Man, he could, and he can't say something without getting in trouble because he knows something, and he knows the rate change is coming because the CBI hasn't spoke about it yet. The CBI is being quiet. We saw your show yesterday. You pointed that out. The CBI doesn't talk, do they? And I'm pretty sure when the CBI speaks, that I have both. When the CBI speaks, they will give us both parts that we are looking for: the deletion of the zeros with a rate. Unfortunately, though, this guy blew it. He just can't say what he said. He came out, Frank, and he gave us part one because that's actually the CBI's job to give us part one, to say we're lifting the three zeros. So, hey, so he just jumped the gun. Did he ever? Did he ever? So he just jumped the gun. It's okay. That's Manapua. Manapua. How do you describe Manapua? I don't know how to.
Sweet
Huh?
bun.
What?
A sweet
A sweet bun. That's the perfect.
Chinese sweet
Huh?
bun. Chinese sweet bun.
Chinese sweet buns. Yeah, it's perfectly round, perfectly round, and you can see it's pork sumai. Yeah, sumai is a red
Char siu pork.
char siu, yeah, char siu pork, and it's inside of this. And I just gave him the bread. I should keep him quiet. Here you go, guys. There's some more.
Hope you don't get
So
that.
now he will keep quiet and I can talk. So the point here, family, sounds like we're waiting on the rate and the date. Yeah, Scott, how true. How true, because everybody's jumping the gun. Look what they say right here. It's actually the CBI's part to give us that part one, but the economist came out and gave it to us a few days ago. So he just simply jumped the gun. So he simply just jumped the gun a little bit. He knows something, and he spilled the beans about it, and he put it out there. But if they're just going to delete the zeros and leave it that way, well then I know. I don't need to repeat that. To which I say to him, "Hey, you know what? What? I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%, Omar. The Minister of Communication was sent out on purpose to, yeah. You see, and I'm not going to change that. I'm sticking to my guns. Some people may say, "Oh no, we didn't send him out there." Okay, I said, I agree with you 100%, Omar. The Minister of Communication was sent out on purpose to accomplish the mission of communicating to the Iraqi citizens, because you guys are too slow. That you are about to lift the three zeros from your exchange rate, and yeah, that's part one, and part two that you and I talked about yesterday is for them to also introduce the lower notes in conjunction with the releasing of the new exchange rate. Because if you introduce the lower notes without the rate, the citizens will be confused. And they will ask you, what's this all about? What's this for? But if you introduce them together, part one and part two, in a synchronized manner, which is what your CBI friends are suggesting, then that would be perfect. And yes, we're waiting for the CBI to tell us that everything that the communication minister told us, everything that our economist has told us, that they have been saying. In fact, everything that Z is doing, everything that Trump has told Z is being accomplished, and it is being done at a very quick pace. I have no idea when they're going to give you the new rate. And by the way, I like your 131 mathematics, but in my opinion, oh no, it's going to be past that. But I don't talk about it on my show. It'll be past 131 either at the beginning, on the onset, as it rises in the international basket, where it's going to eventually take you to the revaluation of 322 and possibly to a real effective exchange rate of 425. We look for your government. We look for your government before the end of the month as the first domino to allow all the other dominoes that the communication minister was describing. These are wonderful times in Iraq. These are epic times in your monetary reform. There's a change coming in many different areas. We look for your government formation, and then we look for the combination of the new rate and the lower notes introduced next week. All of this is, in my opinion, God only knows when. Frank, we don't think he was sent out on purpose. You don't? No. We think that he has a big mouth. You do? Yeah. And and he's come under some heat after that because he's been retracting his words. He's been retracting that ever since. So I think he wasn't sent out on purpose. I think he's got a big mouth and was starting to spill the beans. But like we said earlier, it's a process, and the CBI is the one that's going to control that process, not the Minister of Communication. So he's probably got his hands spanked. He got his butt kicked. He probably got his hands spanked a little bit, but he went back and he backtracked and he tried to backtrack his statements, but some more came out with it. When he was backtracking, he actually told us more. But I don't, and no, we're not sharing that. But I don't think that he was sent out on purpose. We think he just has a big mouth. Because as soon as he says he's been backtracking, because as soon as he said that, he's been backtracking every day. So yeah, Mr. Frank, go back to what we sent earlier. Yes, Mr. Frank, go back to what we sent you earlier. There it is that we discovered. So when he backtracked, he actually gave us more information. Maybe he did it on purpose. Uh, we feel there's no way that your Trump is going to sign off on granting any type of change of rate until we get rid of the militia and we guarantee Trump. That guarantee will be coming once we use military force to get rid of them. So then we're going to give them until the 30th of September. Well, you would really make Trump. You would make the monetary reform really happy if you get this done before the September the 30th. So then we're going to get rid of the cockroaches with our armies, and then have it all done up until September the 30th to get them to turn in their arms and to remove them. If they don't do this, then by the 30th, then you will see our military take action against them. And then we don't know how long that's going to take. But once they get them clear, then you'll see what we're looking for from the CBI. Give me a number, Tank.
1967.
Oh, thank you for being with us. God bless you. So yeah, then we'll see it from. We're looking for the part one and two from the CBI. Yeah, for what we're looking for from the CBI. I'll probably take. They will probably be talking about dropping the zeros and to give us a rate. So it just makes more sense this way. We probably we will probably hear something from the CBI very soon, but they're not going to tell us the second part about adding the value to it if they don't if we don't clear up what Trump wants. We have to keep the enemy close to us. Does that sound familiar? Huh. And we also have to not say anything until after militia, and then the budget is constitutional, while it has to be there by that date. So, well, by that date, which is October the 15th, when the Parliament will reset. So, as long as it's important, so as long as everything is done by October the 15th, then that would be the legality through our constitutional guidelines. To which I say to him, "Hey, Omar, don't you love a big mouth? Aren't you glad that he told you all the things that he told you?" On the television, the national newspaper is saying that changing Iraq's banknotes will not fix the economy unless Iraqis regain their trust in the banks. Oh my goodness. Look at there's so much obvious being stated. It's almost like, well, they're lifting the value, or excuse me, it's almost like, well, they're lifting the three zeros, but you're not going to get any value. What do you think lifting the three zeros is going to do? It's going to give us value. Well, lifting the three zeros by itself doesn't do it. You also have to introduce the lower denominations that would be in proportion with that. What do you think they're doing? Well, the CBI has not made this announcement yet that they're going to do that. We have economists, we have all these other people that need to shut their mouths up and let the CBI do that. Okay, let them. And you now know the sequence because we laid it all out. My CBI friends laid it all out. You have a sequence. I just simply removed the dates, but you can fill in those dates on your own. So that's what they're saying on the national newspaper, Frank. The national newspaper removing zeros may improve the appearance of numbers, but it will not make the Iraqi economy healthier. So, Frank, you have one telling us the truth, and then you have another one coming right away, trying to deny it. Yeah, I know. Well, family, I'm not going to keep you long. I always stay with you for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But I believe that that is suffice. I did my job. I told you that they're trying to tell them to shut up. About what? About the truth of the monetary reform. What's the truth? You're about to have the three zeros lifted and the lower notes introduced to you. When? When we get this government established. But you're not going to establish it until you get rid of the cockroaches. By when? Well, they say by October. Was it September? I don't even know. By the end of some month. But that's just a time frame. It can get done a lot faster than that. Yeah, I know. I agree with that. C.S. Hessman, one of our moderators at KTFA, made a post and he said, in my opinion, the Minister of Communication coming out and saying twice that they are deleting the three zeros is no small announcement. In my opinion, he could have said that such a thing without the MP's approval and many others. But it looks like the CBI has got his back, and they're the ones that are going to be saying it. Yeah, yeah, it's a CBI, and that's what we're trying to teach. Somebody by the name of Faith29, let's see, you're asking this question. Didn't Frank mention something on the last call that the CBI is currently discussing deleting the zeros? I think I heard him say that. Wouldn't it be hopeful that the three? Yes, they did. Or yes, he did. And yes, they are. And I made a big thing about it yesterday. Everybody talking about deleting the three zeros. Did you ever see the CBI do it? I love things in threes. Don't you, CBI? We sure do, Frank. Okay. So we have Iran. What? They're mad at Trump. Why? Because they can't steal from Iraq anymore, and because they don't really exist anymore. Yeah, I know. So they put out assassination contracts on Trump. Yeah, I know. And they also passed the bucket, and they said to the Iraqi or to the Iranian citizens, "We're taking up a collection because we're broke. We're busted, but we are taking up a collection, Iranian citizens. What for?" Um, we would like to announce that Iran state television is proclaiming that they have raised money for the killing of the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Really? Yeah. How much money have they raised when they passed the bucket around? They have raised 810 million Iraqi rials, or excuse me, Iranian rials. They have raised 810,000,000. Yeah, 810 million Iranian rials. Wow. How much is that worth in American dollars? That is the equivalent of $435. Wow. Breaking news. Breaking news? What? The Islamic Republic loses control over the Straits of Hormuz. More than 80% of the ships it used to maintain ped. La la, la la, la la, la la. Hmm. Secretary General of the Saeed al Shabata Brigade announced that in our country oil is sold, but Iraq has no right to dispose of its revenues because there is still American occupation in Iraqi funds. Huh? What'd you say? The United States of America is in control of us. That's what it says, doesn't it? Yeah. Al Alawi said that America won't allow us to buy electricity from Turkey nor from Iran, nor to sign agreements with China. And we have no right to sign contracts with Siemens or others to repair and develop the electricity system, nor does it fix itself. Meaning, quote, I won't, I won't give you, and I won't let God's mercy reach you either. Uh, the people want full sovereignty for Iraq. So where's the sovereignty, gentlemen? Alrighty, let me tell you where your sovereignty is at. It is in the hands of the United States of America President Donald J. Trump. We are in control. Do you understand? Well, apparently you do. Now, family, do you understand? And there was an article that was released. Golly, look at this. Rank 26, look, so and so is saying these are the lower denominations. It's on his show. Let me cover the name of his show. Look at that. What we talked about earlier. It's amazing how people just run with anything, making themselves champions of intel, champions of information. No. Mm. Family, do you want a bank story? You tell me what they say.
Yep, yes, sir. Yippers. Yep, 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 please.
Hey, Cynthia, I'm going to call you. Area code 724.
Copter.
That's industrial, isn't it? That's not military. You see it? That was cool, yeah. 724. What do I? It's up there. Is oh, the microphone's here.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. C. It's Frank 26.
Hi, how are you?
Mighty fine.
Great.
You have some information. It's a follow up, but you also picked up some more information that I found interesting. Uh, is I'd like for you to just take your time. It's not going to be long. I know it's a short one, but tell the family the extra things that we learned.
Okay. In 2023, I lived up in New Hampshire and I belonged to, it was a private client, JP Morgan Chase Bank. And I would go down there and I got pretty familiar with the tellers down there and I talked to them, the younger ones. Anyways, I come in, it was July of 2023, and I came in and I noticed that it seemed very odd. The doors were all shut and things like that. And I had said to the girl that I was talking to, I said, "Hey, what's going on around here?" And she said, "Well, they're training wealth managers." And I said, "Like all the doors are shut?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "There's six down here." She said, "And at the other branch, they're doing six up there." So I said, "Well, how long is this going to go on?" She said, "About 2 weeks." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so wait a minute, let me see where I was at on that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, so the other thing was, I had told her that I needed to get a cashier's check too, because I was gonna I was buying a cottage up in Maine, and that I closing was coming. So she said so that was the next day. I'm sorry, I went down there and it was on a Friday. And she says, "We can't print that check." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna need it." She said, "We've got a problem." And I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "Everything's down and we can't even print a cashier's check right now. We can't do anything." And I said, "What's that for?" And she said, "Because we're taking the system down. They're bringing up a brand new system." This whole month of July in 2023 was really, really weird. So another time, it was like a couple days later, then it was like Monday or something. I come in, I said, "Look, I'm closing on this house. I have to have my money. I have to have a check from you guys." So she said, "Everything's up and running." And she gave me the
Good.
check.
Okay.
And so that had gone there too. And let me see where I was at on that. I get carried away.
Take your time.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry about that. Um, oh, so I said, "Why is everything so weird around here and everything?" And she said, "A lot of wealth is coming our way." She said, "That's what they're telling us, that we have to get prepared that a lot of wealth is coming our way."
The bank
And I said,
person told you that?
"Yeah."
Go,
That's what she told me this in July of 2023.
go ahead.
So when I started, that was like, so now I know they were training and
Training.
preparing all these, yeah, these new wealth managers in New Hampshire.
Huh.
They also, they had their system all went down, and it was down because I couldn't get a check to take it to closing. I had to wait and come like I think it was like right up to the closing date that I had to get my check. And and then of course that's when she said, "We were told a lot of wealth is coming our way." So a couple of weeks later I went in there and I'm going to follow her up on this, because when she said that, I kind of went out and bought a little bit more currency. And she said, I went and I said to her, like, what's going on? And she was shaking her head like she wasn't no longer allowed to talk at all about anything.
Wow.
And that's when the conversation of that whole thing came to an end. But that was in July of 2023. But her husband was in Iraq, and she was used to, like, at the time they were, up until that point, they talked a lot, and then after that she was very, very careful with her words and everything of what was said. So I wanted to tell you that even back then they were gearing up for something.
Yes.
It was pretty out there. And the other thing is, yesterday I was at the bank down here in Texas, and I had that meeting, and it went on for an hour and 10 minutes. But there's one part about this that I wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
because I this was about trust funds, because we started to talk about those, and they told me while we were in there, they do not do trust funds. They said, "Do you have one?" I said, "Yeah, I've got two." They said, "Well, do you have them in here?" And I said, "No." They said, "Well, you need to bring them in." I said, "Can't I just bring them in when this whole thing goes?" They said, "It's different than a personal account.
Yeah.
Like in a personal account, you can set it up in one day." They said, "With a trust fund, it takes like up to 3 days to get everything to go through." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And they said, "Yeah." And also, people have come in and they've wanted to set up a trust fund, and then it's no good if you don't fund it. So you have to fund it too. I said, "Okay, I'm glad to know those things, because I had no idea, because I really would have waited to the last day. I didn't know." And there's another thing. I was going through my emails, Frank, after we talked today, and I was surprised to find out that I had gotten some emails from JP Morgan. Sent me a They want to have a meeting with me. Um, it was from One was from a branch manager. The other one came from a private client banker, and she wants to make an appointment with me to discuss her whole team.
Wow. This is the bank in Texas, right?
Yeah. I see. That's why. After I talked to you, I thought I don't know why. I just went through my emails and I was like, oh my gosh, all these things came in, and I hadn't even come across that yet. And
What what city are you in?
I'm outside of Austin. I don't want to tell you
That's
exactly
good.
which one
That's
it
good
is.
enough right there. Thank you.
Hmm.
This is encouraging.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just like really excited about this too. What else? Oh yeah, they sent me forms and documents to take a look at for investments. So that's another email that came in.
That's what
I mean,
I'm. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, that's pretty much sums it all up. But I just want you to know that there's a lot. So I do have to go back down there. I have to make an appointment, because I have to go down there and open up the trust fund, at least one of them,
Yes.
just to see what the whole thing's about. And once I'm down there, I've got 3 new people now. I've got this private client banker who wants to talk to me about her whole team, and of course, I'll call you. I'll let you know that I've that because I'm sure there's going to be a wealth of information there. And this time, I will take a tablet and pencil and write stuff down. And then there is the email from the branch manager, which she just reached out and said, "I want to help you with any and all your needs, and I'm here for you no matter what you want." So that was another one. And the JP Morgan wealth manager, he's the one that sent me the docs, um, their brokerage products, and all the things that they want me to look at. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to tell you on
I
this phone call.
I thank you, Mrs. C. God bless you for sharing this information. Look, I think you already know because I know you watch my YouTubes. When I return back to Ohio, I'm going to be going to Columbus to talk to Chase, J.P. Morgan. Some
Hmm.
I made a mistake. I said that that's where their headquarters was. Their headquarters is actually in New York, but the headquarters for the state of Ohio is in Columbus, and that's what I meant to say, and that's where I'm going to be going. That's their main branch out there.
Uh huh.
And I'm going to sit with them, and I'm going to tell them, look, I've never been rich before. I'm
I
going
hear you.
to lay my cards on the table, man. I've never been rich before, and now that I have this money, I feel very uncomfortable in trusting you with this money. Yeah, I need for you to convince me, bank, J.P. Morgan. Tell me how are you going to protect this money, and how is this money going to grow for me? Because anybody else can give me a bill, somebody can give me a fee, somebody can give me a fine, somebody can give me, whatever it may be that takes money away from me. I want to know how can I make money, and that's your job. So
Right.
so start telling me right now, what are the ways that okay? let's just say, for example, if I took 5 million dinars, and it's $5 million, let's pray to God that it is. Do I put it in an IRA Roth? Do I put it in a trust fund? Do I become a nonprofit organization? Because I do want to do these projects and do these other ideas, you know.
Right.
And then on top of that, do I keep how much money do I keep in your bank? Well, you can keep all your money in your no, because you don't insure it. Well, we do. We can insure you up to 5 million if you're at the fourth level of tiers with us. And okay, let's talk about that. I'll leave 5 million with you, but if you think I'm going to leave all of it with you, no, you're crazy. You can't protect my money. I'm not going to leave it with you. Then I'd start out my conversation by telling me you that I'm afraid of losing this money. And I don't want you to lose this money for me, Mr. Bank Officer. So that's what I encourage you to do, Mrs. C. Tell them, tell them, I need you to convince me to do business with your bank.
Well, yesterday I kind of blew that because when he asked me he said the people I've talked to always they want a date and a rate for me. And I told him, I said, I don't want any of that from you. I said, other than maybe your opinion. I told him, I said, and he says, doesn't a rate, aren't you real interested in like what the rate could be? He said, I've heard some pretty wild figures. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm only a steward of God's money, and whatever He wants to give me, I'm going to be very satisfied and happy with. He
Very
said,
good.
I really like that answer. I really like that answer. That's what he said to me. He said, I haven't heard that one before.
I love that
And so,
answer because that's exactly what a Christian heart is supposed to do. We need to turn to God for proper stewardship. The Word of God teaches us how to take care of this money. Continue. Go ahead.
yeah, and I totally feel that way. And also, of course, I have ideas too of I want to do humanitarian projects also. So I'm pretty excited about that part. You know what? I just don't know what to expect until it all happens. But
Bingo.
in the meantime, though, if you want me to keep you informed of how I learn this as I go through this, because now I've
Please.
got these other people. Yeah, I'll call you.
Please. Yeah. And we don't want to ask them, can we give your email and phone number out? Yesterday I said I'm going to stop doing that because when KTFA does that, it explodes banks around the mainland. I don't want to cause problems with banks. Banks already know who I am.
Well, I'll ask my wealth manager if he's okay with that. But I don't know. He told me he had a short list, so I don't know what that meant, other than there was
Ask
only a
him if he
few
wants a
people.
long list.
You know what? I could do that. I will do that, Frank. I'll ask him.
I like that.
You know?
But yeah,
Yeah. So
you wanna walk out of there convinced that they're going to take good care of you. And they can't take care of all of your money, sadly. But they will
uh,
convince you that they can take care of all your money because they're going to show you this package, this mechanism, this portfolio, this idea, this investment. Oh, and you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to take all
I'm
of this material, you're going to get help, you're going to talk to lawyers, you're going to create your own team, you're going to talk to God, you're going to talk to your pastor, you're going to get good people that know how to deal with money. I personally,
exactly.
one of my dear friends of my family was the founder of a business called Hickory Farms. Hickory Farms of Ohio. They do sausage, especially during Christmas time. And that man, I wish he was still alive. I'd like to sit with him and talk with him and ask him, sir, what's it like to be rich? What's it like to be rich? What do I do? How do I protect it? What are the pitfalls? What are the bad things that are out there? What should I not do that you did wrong?
Right.
But we're going to start that by talking to the banks. God bless you. Good luck to you, Mrs. C. Please get back with us when they fill you up with a lot of information. Okay?
I'll definitely take notes this time. Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't do that the first time around, but I will from now on.
No worries. We learn from our past experiences, and you're going to come back with a lot of information because they are, yeah, they're talking an awful lot. Okay? Love you. God bless you.
Thank Love you too. Thank you so much, and God bless you also.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Ow. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, that is a very good story. Now we're going to bring you one more, okay? And then I'll say goodbye to you. Area code 413, Mrs. G. I'm giving you a call. Go ahead and turn down the noise in the background, the volume. And thank you kindly for allowing me to call you, Mrs. G. Because you're from Massachusetts.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. G.
How are you?
Mighty fine. I'm excited for you to share your story because you're from a state that we have not had a story. And
No, I know.
you're
That's what I was waiting to hear, and I never heard one.
Massachusetts. Wow, I don't even know how to spell it.
E-
Massachet something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Really? I was a guess.
And there's not many banks around here that'll even talk to you about it.
Oh yes,
Not at
it's
all.
a small area, ma'am. And on top of that, what bank? Was it Chase?
Yep, I went on July 30th. I was in Port Charlotte, Florida on vacation visiting two grandchildren. And I went to a Chase and asked to speak to the wealth manager. And when I got the wealth manager, I explained, he wanted to know what I was calling about. And I said I had an investment that would be able to be exchanged in the near future. And I needed to get some information. And he said, okay, well, what is it that you have for an investment? And I told him the Iraqi dinar. And he very quickly said, it's a very large currency scam and we don't deal with it. And he hung up.
Oh,
Then on August 3rd, I went to, in Port Charlotte, the Fifth Third Bank, because I had heard other stories about it. And I heard a commercial when I was in Florida about it. And I asked to speak to the wealth manager regarding an investment that I had. And I know that it's going to be able to be exchanged in the near future.
mm-hmm.
And he asked me what the investment is, and I told him it was the Iraqi dinar. And he told me, yes, he knew about this, but they could not exchange it now, but he heard it would be soon.
When was this conversation?
It was August 3rd.
Continue.
And so he told me that he knew about it, and it would be able to be exchanged, as far as he heard, soon. And I asked if they had a Delarue machine, and he said they didn't. And I asked how they would verify it, because I didn't want my currency to leave my site.
Yes.
And he told me that they have a book that they use to verify it, to see if it's fake. And if it's proven to be legit, they send it for a second verification to New York, the Chase headquarters there, to be verified for a second time.
Okay.
And I asked him, well, once the currency leaves the bank, after they verify it and they say it's legit, what if something happens to it? I'll be out the money. And he said, no. Once you exchange at the bank is then the owner of the currency. So they would take a loss if something happened. I wouldn't. The only way I'd lose is if they missed something on the verification and the second one didn't pass, then they would take my money back out of the account.
Got it. Okay.
But I mean, they were really, really good. They said they've never had it happen where they've taken any currency in that they passed, that's come back that it didn't pass on the second one. And then on August 4th, when I returned to my hometown in Westfield, I went to the Chase Bank. I've gone by it. It's been there for like a year. It took them forever to build it. It used to be a Webster Bank. And I just felt like there was nothing there. I just thought it had maybe ATM machines. I don't know. It was really small.
Uh-huh.
And when I went in, I was met by the manager, Steve. And I told him I wanted to speak to the wealth manager. And he said he was with a client and he had another one waiting.
Okay.
So we went into his office and he asked if there was something he could help me with. And I explained to him that I have some foreign currency that I heard will be able to be exchanged soon. And he asked me what the currency was. And I told him it was Iraqi dinar. And he told me they don't sell it. And I explained to him, yes, I know the banks do not sell it any longer. But they did. So he looked it up on his computer and he goes, you're right. He goes, I'm new and I didn't know that. So then we were talking and I asked him if he could tell me if they had a Delarue machine. And he said, no, they didn't. And then I asked him how they would verify the currency when I exchange it. And he told me they have a book, they verify it, and then they send it off to New York for a second verification. I asked him the same question if something happened to the currency once it left my hands. He told me the same thing. They deposit it in your account, and if anything happens, it's their currency. Then they own it, so they take the loss. Unless they missed something to prove that it was legit, then they would take it back out of my account.
So the key is to just make sure that it's deposited, you have
Yep.
proof, and then you can give it to them. Okay.
Yep. And then I explained about the foreign currency, and I told them I wanted to do some investments, but I didn't know anything about what the investments are available. He
Good.
took over an hour going every single type of account that they offer and exactly what it covered.
Wow.
And then I asked him where they send it. He said they send it to the headquarters in New York for Chase. And then I explained to him that when I deposit the money, I want to invest some. So then he said, that's fine. He goes, but then he also told me that he is in the 6th step of a wealth manager. And once he's finished, well, he's in the 7th step now. I don't know what that means. I didn't go into it because I thought that was his personal business. But once he finishes the 7th step, he will no longer be working for Chase.
That's right.
He will be working for J.P. Morgan.
He'll be floating.
Yeah. And he was so excited, and I was excited for him because they were awesome. In this little dinky bank of Chase, they were the best.
Go make money. Yeah. Go ahead.
And so I asked him if he could look up where they would have Delarue machines in Massachusetts. And he said there is possibly a few big banks in Boston, Mass, but it would be New York that would be your better choice. The other ones don't have any. I said, well, do you know if they're going to get them? He goes, I don't know that. I just know that, like, their bank won't get one because it's a very tiny bank. So there would be no way to have them do it with a Delarue, but they would do it the other way, and they would put the money in my account immediately. So he took all my information, and he said if I hear something before he does, to give him a call. Otherwise, he will be calling me.
Your son-in-law also had a good experience, right?
Yeah, he went, same thing. They set up an account just like I did, and the other thing they told me, and they told him, is that I asked about the insurance on an account, and he said they do up to $250,000 per account, and you can have 5. But you can have 2 people on an account, and it would be insured up to $5,250 per person, which I hadn't heard of that before.
Half a million is what they're saying. Half a million.
Yeah, but they were awesome,
And
and
they also
they
had.
sat and talked.
Go ahead. And they what?
They sat and talked, and they were asking me what I wanted to do when this money came, and I told them, well, I have some things at the home I live in. It's an older home, and he was so interested in what I want to do is add on to my garage and have an apartment for my grandson that's autistic, but he's 19. Because he doesn't want to leave, but he wants more room. And he said he says it's funny because my grandparents are selling a house that they had an in-law apartment put onto it from the garage. They made it into an apartment. And I said, I know exactly what you're talking about because I had just seen it on Zulu. So he was like, oh my God, you're really checking everything out. He was really, really nice.
You're a good student.
So both my son-in-law and I have accounts opened up, and now we're just waiting.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. We tell everybody to do exactly that. Go open an account and just go home and wait. If you have a conversation with them, that's nothing wrong. You might stumble across a golden egg. That's what I call them, golden eggs. And these are wealth management advisors that are willing to talk. Now, one of the things that I'd like to end with is saying this, that the family hasn't noticed it, but we study patterns. If you if you pay close attention, the majority of our bank stories are from Chase, J.P.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yep.
When I was first introduced to the internet, I told everybody, I said, there are four banks that will be involved with the monetary reform. And I laid all four of them out and I told everybody what each one of them was going to do. Well, lo and behold, J.P. Morgan was, or Chase Manhattan, but J.P. Morgan was in those four and I explained everything. Plus, on the very first day that I came on the internet, which was December the 1st of 2008, I was asked to run KTFM, Keep the Faith Missions. And I said, hi, everybody. The first thing I'd like to tell you is that on December the 21st at 12:01 noon Eastern Standard Time, JP Morgan will stop selling the Iraqi dinar. And then everybody was like, what? Oh no, we got some bozo to lead us. What is he talking about? Jay's has been selling dinars and dongs forever. But they didn't know that what I was trying to teach them was that the sequence of these banks, what they were doing. The first one was the BOA, was the piggy bank of the United States of America. The next one was Wells Fargo. They were supposed to be involved in the wholesale. The next one would be Chase. They were be involved in the retail. They sold it to us. And the last one is the Citibank that will bond all of this and bridge this over to them. All these banks are ready, but the number one bank is Chase. God
My
bless.
son-in-law,
Yes.
my son-in-law Rich is here. He wants to tell you something that he was told.
Talk too much. Yes, Richard, it was. Is that your name, sir?
Yes, it's Richard. Hi, Frank.
Greetings.
Um, when I went to Chase that day, they told me that when they do the exchange, there is not going to be a fee. It's just going to be whatever the exchange cost is.
Okay.
So say you're changing $1 billion, it's whatever the rate is, like 10, $20 per whatever.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be he said there's not going to be any taxes on it, is what directly from the same guy my mother-in-law was talking about. That there's not going to be taxes, it's just going to be an exchange. So I don't know how true it is or what they really know, but this is what the Chase Wealth Manager told me.
You know something? It would be my dream come true. But
Oh, I know.
but let me ask you something. Whenever you have put money in your pocket because you gained it as a capitalist, have you ever kept it without paying tax?
No.
Thank you, guys. God bless you. I'm so proud of you. Anything last words you want to say?
I just want to say how much I appreciate all you and your teams do, and you're great. We've learned a
Aw.
lot from you, and we hope it's done for everybody soon.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
the other thing I want to tell you, the church, Agapa Napala, is that the name of it? Father Yashu?
Yes, in Nepal.
Well, yep. It's so funny because there's a church in my city, and it used to be a 7-day Advent, and my best friend's mother was the minister. Well, she passed away, and they sold the church, and that's who owns it now. That group.
Ah!
I know. When I saw the sign, I'm like, what?
What a small world, isn't that? And by the way, it is in in Nepal. We have
Yep.
three or four churches that KTFA's membership has built.
Yep.
The Chinese burnt one of them down,
Yep. I remember that.
but we just built another one and we built it higher because their soldiers are too lazy to go up where it's too cold.
Yep.
And one of those churches has my mother, my father, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law's names on the walls.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
one day I will plaster the Ten Commandments on the wall of China.
That's amazing.
God
But
bless.
no, Sal, I just wanted to tell you that because I remember you teaching about that and how they had to go up these real rough mountainsides just so they could have their prayer. And I'm
We
like, then I saw that church and I'm like, oh my goodness, here?
we used to show all their pictures, but I don't anymore because
No, I
it
know.
endangers them. The other one we have is Pastor Yashu.
Yeah.
Pastor Yashu is from India, and he's also going to be making an amazing difference. We don't have any problems with their religion. We don't believe in their
No.
religion. But what we want is to feed the people. We want them to
Right.
have food. We want them to have clothing. We want them to have housing, electricity. We want them to have health. Health, good medicine, and we can do these things.
Yeah.
You just have to
But I was,
know. You just have to know how to do them, and that's why
yep.
I have a quest to be able to talk to a rich person, a millionaire. Tell me, what is it like to be rich?
Yep.
What
I
do?
have no idea either.
Yeah, I need to know what are the dangers, what are the pitfalls that are waiting for me out there. God,
Yep.
God bless you. So proud of you. Thank you guys. Okay.
You have a great night and thank you.
Indeed. Bye bye now. Bye, Richard.
Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye bye.
Yep.
I can take all your money. Oh, I see Toy VP's trying to. Toy VP, congratulations about your sister. Congratulations. God is good, ain't it? We prayed for her and she's home now. But unfortunately, you have another sister. Is it sister also?
Sister's daughter.
A daughter.
Daughter's got it.
Oh, the daughter of the sister. She's also dealing with this. So we move our prayers over. We move them over.
She's on an airplane right now.
He's on the airplane right now watching us.
Yep.
You spoiled little thing, you. What? Hold on, Lori. Wells Fargo told me that the FDIC is $250 per two people. No, it's 250,000 per one, and then you can have three beneficiaries and so forth and so forth. Okay, well that's good. Thank you, Lori, for sharing that with us. Well, family, I'm done. God bless you all. Thank you kindly for being with us. I'm actually going to go over there because I want to harvest mangrove seeds. If you recall, about 2 weeks ago, we took you over there to that spot. There was mangroves that were just coming out. If you want, you're welcome to come with me. Here, Tink. I think we can walk over with all of this stuff and we can show it to them. So if you study the Iraqi Dinar with me, we're done. God bless you. Have a good evening, okay? But if you stick around for a little aloha, I might as well take you over there and show you what I'm going to do, okay? Are we ready? I hope you enjoyed your Yubi-Tubi today, family. Every Yubi-Tubi has some information, something that it's not necessarily out on the internet. Did you miss that? From here to there, you missed that?
It hit the
Basketball is just not your forte, is it there, girl? Look, watch me dunk it.
put some barbecue ribs.
Oh, what are they making over there, babe?
No, they're doing games for beer.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at here. Oh, it smells so good, too. Oh, yeah, that's good. Smells like huli huli chicken. Hey, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking about you, Mr. Chicken. And we're not going to cook you.
It's way over there.
How far away is it, babe?
Past those bunkers.
Oh, no, we have to drive to it?
I don't know.
Oh, well, let's just walk over there and then we'll say goodbye to the family. Golly, I wanted them to see those mangroves.
There's something last time.
Yeah, they saw them last time, now that I think about it. We held a camera up, but this time I'm going to get in the water. I'm going to get into the water and go out there and see if I can get them. Yeah, there they are. Those are mangroves right there, family. You can see the roots that they shoot out. Oh, what a shame. Oh, what, honey?
No fishy.
No. Yeah, you're right. It's over there where those boats are. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Yeah, it's way over there. That's where the mangroves are. Let's walk this way, baby. You never know. We might find some along the shore right there. Just don't fall in the water, okay? If you're gonna fall in, save the cookies, okay? You don't have the cookies. But we don't have our emergency box of cookies?
I gave them to the bird.
You what? Look at that pole. I think it's gonna fall in about 10 seconds. It's actually pulling the cable. Look at the electrical cables. here's some, Jan. Hey, here's mangroves right here. I told you we were gonna find some. Yeah, where it says "Do not enter." Yeah, that's wonderful. But they're right here, sweetie. Let me see.
Put your phone in your bag.
Put my phone in my bag so I don't fall in there, huh? Okay. What if I sit? Oh, you know what, babe? There's barracudas. But let me see if I can sit down. If I sit down on this, I'm gonna burn myself. But that's the only way to get these. So here goes. You ready? What, honey? Oh, wouldn't it be something if I lost my slipper? All right, here we go. Hi, guys. So how you doing? Oh, look at that, a double header. Pretty cool. I um I grow these in our greenhouse back home. When we get back home, I'll show you these that we plant. Another dual one. Uh-oh. If I reach too far, I could fall in. Gotcha! 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 Ha ha ha! Gotcha. Oh, I lost the top. Okay. You see any other ones that are
Right there.
where, honey?
12 o'clock to me.
12 o'clock to you. Here?
Yep.
That was more 11 o'clock. Family, if you see one, let me know. I think that's about all that I can reach for. Ah. Whee! Whee! Chee-hoo! Ah, here we go. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, gee whiz. Golly. Well, at least they'll grow down there. Careful, don't lose that one, Frank. Hey, oh, so beautiful. Look at that. That made up for the one I lost. Thank you, God. Oh, can I reach all the way over there? No? I'll fall down? I'll go boom? Yeah, I can't go over there, can I? I can't go right here, baby?
Can't step past that.
No, it just says danger. Well, alrighty. Then I'm going to endanger myself and I'm going to try to reach out and not fall in. I gotcha. I gotcha. No, 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 don't do. Oh, you booger butt. Golly, it dropped. Well, at least I'm seeding the whole place. Can you imagine people that are watching us for the first time? Like, what is he doing? What's wrong with that nut? Well, what the nut is doing is he's enjoying nature. He loves the things that God makes. Yep, we done. Thank you. Thank you. Ah. Oh, but it's so big. I'm taking you to Ohio. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being with us. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? I'll see you tomorrow, family. I really wanted that government to be formed this week. I really wanted that government this week. So I put my prayers for next week. Hang loose.